On an exceptionally hot evening early in July, a young man came out of the garret in which he lodged in S Place and walked slowly, as though in hesitation, towards K Bridge. He had successfully avoided meeting his landlady on the staircase. His garret was under the roof of a high 5-storied house, and was more like a cupboard than a room. The landlady, who provided him with garret, dinners, and attendance, lived on the floor below, and every time he went out he was obliged to pass her kitchen, the door of which invariably stood open. And each time he passed, the young man had a sick, frightened feeling, which made him scowl and feel ashamed. He was hopelessly in debt to his landlady, and was afraid of meeting her. This was not because he was cowardly and abject, quite the contrary. But for some time past he had been in an overstrained, irritable condition verging on hypochondria. He had become so completely absorbed in himself and isolated from his fellows that he dreaded meeting not only his landlady, but anyone at all. He was crushed by poverty, but the anxieties of his position had of late ceased to weigh upon him. He had given up attending to matters of practical importance. He had lost all desire to do so. Nothing that any landlady could do had a real terror for him, but to be stopped on the stairs, to be forced to listen to her trivial, irrelevant gossip, to pestering demands for payment, threats and complaints, and to rack his brain for excuses, to prevaricate, to lie. No, rather than that, he would creep down the stairs like a cat and slip out unseen. This evening, however, on coming out into the street, he became acutely aware of his fears. Thus begins the great novel Crime and Punishment by Fyodor Dostoevsky, a book which I will be reading in its entirety in one sitting, live on the internet, in hopes of raising funds for our local GreenTree Learning Center, in hopes that we can keep this place open for children of low-income parents to have a chance to get prepared for school, to be ready to succeed in school, and to avoid facing crime and punishment and poverty once they graduate and move into adult life. Study after study has shown that early reading levels are key to success later in school and in life, and we want to keep this great program of GreenTree Learning Center going. If you will support us by donating to the cause, by setting up your own fundraiser on our page, by submitting a video of yourself reading a favorite book or passage, we would so much appreciate it. Help us keep GreenTree Learning Center open and keep the dreams alive so these children can avoid crime and punishment and instead move on to success and fulfilled dreams. Thank you.